Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and here's a headline from Tech Times. XRP price prediction expects price reaching $7 to $13 by the end of 2021. Now, you know the way the narrative game is played, right? Once there's a broadly accepted narrative when it comes to anything crypto and investments, that can signal something, right? For instance, you could think about when everything seemed like the world was going to end, and after let's just call it the bottom of the last market cycle. Let's say mid-December 2018. What was the narrative? Oh, if you're buying Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, you a damn fool, son. Get out the damn house. Get yourself a job. That was the narrative, right? Okay, so then what happens as you see increasing exuberance, let's say, in the market? Because what happened leading up to, like, before that last market cycle, the bubble fully inflated, it popped fine, but before it popped, what was being said by the media at the top of that bubble? My gosh, Bitcoin, it is the finest thing since sliced bread. That's basically what was being conveyed. Everybody jump on into the pool. The water is warm. Nothing to worry about here. Pure bliss, pure euphoria. And so the narratives, the headlines you get in these times, it's rather indicative of what's actually going on, because it seems to generally be the case that whatever the media would lead you to believe would be the rational thing to do is typically the exact wrong thing to do, right? And so when you're talking specifically about XRP price, I'm looking at this, I'm thinking $7 to $13 seems absolutely fantastic. This is not a mainstream media narrative yet. It's not even mainstream in crypto media yet, but it's going to be. What do you think is going to happen as XRP starts ramping up ever closer to its previous all-time high of close to $4? What about when it hits its all-time high? You're going to see bigger and bigger predictions out there. And some of them perhaps will be correct, but you're going to get some Looney Tunes wacky ones, I think. I think you're going to see, because look, mind you, there's no cap to what XRP could be, and I mean that in the literal sense. Just humans will decide what it's worth. That's all I mean by that. And so maybe XRP at some point in the future will be worth hundreds of dollars, but I don't believe for a second that's going to happen this market cycle. But if you're talking about somewhere in this range, upwards of $13, this market cycle, that doesn't sound wacky. And if the market keeps running up even higher, even if you're talking like $20 to $30 XRP, I don't know if that's going to happen this market cycle. It could. It doesn't sound wacky to me. So I just wanted to highlight this. Although there's this headline here, it is fun to see this. It is not the case yet that it's time to run. Because I'll tell you what, when everybody under the sun is telling me that XRP, after it has gone up 10, 20, 30-fold from here, whatever it ends up being, when they're still telling me that the best days are right around the corner, that's when I'm going to be running. I'm just sharing with you. And look, mind you, I don't have a financial background. I'm not offering financial advice here, so you shouldn't buy or sell anything because anything I say are right. I'm just sharing my opinion here, all up on the YouTubes because it's fun to talk about this stuff. But as I record this, XRP is at $1.03. Bitcoin is at $37,558. Market cap for the asset class, $1.7 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance, 41.24%. And you just wait. I was kind of talking about this a bit in my very last video. As Bitcoin dominance slides, you're going to see some crazy parabolic action from all sorts of altcoins. And each coin has to just patiently wait its turn, because all that happens is humans will invest in these cryptocurrencies, these altcoins, after they've taken profit from Bitcoin, wait for them to ramp up, take that profit, and then put it into something else that has not gone up yet. It's not about fundamentals. I care about fundamentals. I hope you do too. The market does not yet, which is a strong indication that this is a nascent asset class, but it will not stay like that forever. And so I was actually listening to a video from the blockchain backer, and it was interesting. He was talking about basically this message actually is very similar to something I've been saying on my channel for the longest damn time. Basically, wherever the media is leading you, that's the wrong place to be. And so he was also kind of talking about how the stock market and crypto very correlated. I knew that. I mean, I've been talking about this on my channel too. All you have to do is look back to when the pandemic crash happened in March of last year. Like, the stock market started going, and then crypto went immediately on down with it. The markets move in tandem. But those markets, so it's like the stock market rules, and then you've got crypto, and then specifically when the crypto, Bitcoin leads that, and then where Bitcoin goes, the altcoins follow. And it's just it's an interesting ecosystem that we're in right here. But we'll just see how all of this unfolds. I don't know exactly what the timeline's going to look like, but it seems very clear to me that the best is yet ahead. In fact, I wanted to highlight this too before I forget. In terms of price action for XRP, check this out. Strong indication for me that if you're just talking this year, like upwards of $13, super not wacky to me. That is not. So I don't know. Again, I'm not making a price prediction. I'm just saying that doesn't sound weird to me in the least. Will not be surprised if that happens. I'm almost expecting it. We'll see. I don't know. But consider this, because the whole market moves in tandem, right? Well, for most of the last market cycle, towards the later portion, XRP and Ethereum are really jockeying for a position, right? And so you'd see mostly Ethereum was number 2. I'll give it that, certainly, in terms of market cap. But there were a handful of times XRP flipped Ethereum and was number 2 in market cap, which was fascinating and fun to see at the time. And that very well may happen again. But if you just consider this, XRP at its peak in terms of market cap, and Ethereum at its peak in terms of market cap last cycle. And mind you, those two highs happen at different times, but again, Ethereum's high in terms of market cap last cycle, and compare that to XRP's high in terms of market cap last market cycle, they were about the same. They were about the same, and they were about half of Bitcoin. And so even just seeing that Ethereum, check this out. Ethereum had its all-time high recently before the recent crash. When was that? Yeah, so it was like roughly May 12th. Or exactly May 12th. Ethereum got up to $4,391. That's over $500 billion market cap for Ethereum. And so, I wouldn't expect, and it didn't happen, I wouldn't expect XRP to match Ethereum's all-time high at the exact same time. And Ethereum very well may go higher too. But I'm saying, like, even if that's Ethereum's all-time high for this market cycle, and we won't see another high from Ethereum until next market cycle, well, if XRP just matches it like last time, you're talking about $11 XRP just right there, which is why these numbers don't seem wacky to me in the least. And so if Bitcoin does go up much higher, like what if it does go past $100,000 like many analysts think that it will? I think that means that altcoins run much higher. And so even if you're just looking at a situation where maybe Ethereum and XRP again have about the same peak in terms of market cap, and they're about half of whatever Bitcoin tops off at, that's a big part of the reason this stuff doesn't seem wacky to me, outside of the technical analysis that I follow from chart analysts. And I'm not a chart analyst, mind you. I just enjoy researching fundamentals. That's more fun to me, and then following the news and sharing it on my YouTube channel. But the technical analysis guys, they've articulated the cases why none of this is frankly wacky right here. And you don't want to be this guy. If I could highlight this too, this comes from XRP community member Frecky. Shared a screen grab from a guy named Nick. And on October 25th of 2011, almost a whole decade ago, this guy named Nick tweeted out the following: Bitcoin down to $2.70 a pop. So glad I didn't buy in on that mess. $2.70, my gosh. Oh my gosh, it crashed. It's going to zero. Write the Bitcoin obituary, which people were doing, that's for damn sure. And so we know what happened. Bitcoin ultimately ran up this market cycle to about $65,000. So looked pretty good at $2.70, I would say. And somebody responded and wrote, is this guy still alive? And Nick saw that, and he responded. He's got a sense of humor, and he wrote, alive, but dead inside. And so, like, I just wanted to highlight this here because, like, there's all of these narratives. Like, unless you think crypto is actually going to zero, like, those people that hold for sufficient long periods of time, they've always been out ahead. So whatever Bitcoin was at before it popped and dramatically dropped down to $2.70, inciting fear throughout the market, like, even if you were unfortunate enough to buy at that high, my gosh, if you just held, you just made a fortune. And so I think a lot of people just don't have sufficiently long timelines here. But that's why, like, I see the whole market trending up. If you just look at the last 12 years, the whole damn thing's trending up. Like, how could people not want a piece of that? It's just, I can't relate when people say stuff like that. Here's a couple tweets from chart analyst Leb Crypto. Because I'll tell you what, I noticed what he was talking about here. Have you noticed that it seems like the last few days XRP's been sitting pretty right around that $1 mark? I frankly don't mind seeing that one bit, because most of the last 3.5 years that I've held XRP, it's been worth much, much less than that. I mean, I don't know, what was it floating in most of the time I held it? Somewhere in the 20 to 30 cent range? Probably somewhere around there. I think my average buy-in was like 25 cents. I never actually crunched the numbers, but I was kind of keeping a mental tab, and I'm pretty sure that's about what it would be. But anyway, here's what Love Crypto wrote. XRP hugging the $1 really well. Bitcoin permitting, it has the fuel and technical setup for a rise to $1.33 this week. And so that setup he cites also, it's invalidated if there's a break below 91 cents. But outside of that, yeah, he's thinking it's like you're going to see it push up very soon, this week, to 91 cents. And then he wrote also, to emphasize, it's Bitcoin dependent. Only strength in Bitcoin over the coming days would permit this trade and target. So we shall see. Here's a tweet from chart analyst Il Capo, who simply wrote the following. He wrote, why is everyone waiting for sub $30,000? And he's talking about Bitcoin, of course. We just had a massive capitulation event with billions in liquidations, and you still expect more effery? And look at me. You gotta love the Moon Lambo. I deserve a subscribe for that. I just censored myself because you might have your children's in the background. How thoughtful is Moon Lambo? And then he wrote, clear example that many people sold the bottom and are going to remain out of the market until they FOMO in when price makes new highs. And so it makes me think back to the same type of stuff that was said about XRP when last March the whole market tanked. The stock market tanked actually, and then the crypto market tanked. XRP got down to 11 cents. And depending on what exchange you were looking at, could be a little higher or lower, but let's just say about 11 cents. And there were people that were panic selling all the way down to that. And a lot of people also, I remember it on social media, were saying, oh, XRP, it's going to go down to like 4, 5, 6 cents. I sold and I'm just going to buy in cheaper. Well, guess what? That never happened. And now XRP's over $1. How's that timing going for you? You still counting on it going down to 4 cents? Good luck, guys. See, this is a story of like Uncle Moon Lambo. Uncle Moon Lambo does not try to time the market when it comes to that stuff. Because the one thing that I control is me doing nothing while the rest of humans do whatever it is they want to do. But trying to time the market, eventually, even if I had a long string of luck, if I make 9 great trades, that 10th one, all it takes is one being wrong for me to get wrecked. And so I just choose to not participate in that way. I'm just saying here. Here's another tweet from Il Capo. Now, the one that I just read from you, that was a brand new one. This one's from May 25th, though. And he wrote $30,000 to $40,000 is accumulation range, and he's talking about Bitcoin, though. And so think about this. These ranges always seem scary in the moment. When XRP was regularly trading from 20 to 30 cents, which it more or less did it did the last market cycle, it did again this market cycle for the longest damn time. And so like people, if they would buy at 30 cents and then it would go down to 20 cents, oh my God, it's the end of the world. And some people actually flip out to the extent that they actually panic sell between 20 and 30 cents. But what inevitably happens? Well, you give it enough time, and now we're at where we are now. With XRP, it ran up to $2, and now we're still sitting, even after another retracement, at around $1. And so, look, Bitcoin range bound here, $30,000 to $40,000. I'm just saying, it's the same type of thing. We're still in a bull market. There is going to be volatility, and you just got to make peace with that. And so XRP is going to be volatile as well. Here's a tweet from Michael Vandepop. Altcoins gaining back above the 100-day and 200-day moving average is a strong signal that the recent crash was an outlier. This means that the momentum will slowly kick back in. A solid and stable Bitcoin is only adding fuel. And so look, that's why I think most of what I'm seeing here, I hope this is coming across as a very positive video, and I think there's reason to feel very positive in general about crypto markets. There's a strong sense that from chart analysts that I follow anyway, and these are very popular, very well-respected chart analysts, they're pretty well all expecting the bull market to continue. And so there are people that, what I'm highlighting here, there are people that will get shaken out of their Bitcoin and their XRP and pick your crypto, but the whole market is moving in tandem and it's still in bull mode. Pullbacks happen. They just do. Even massive ones like this, they just happen. And then there was this tweet from another analyst, self-described as semi-retired trader, Angelo Doge, who has 254,000 followers. And I just came across this particular individual. I've never highlighted them that I can recall, at least, on my channel here. But there's a tweet from May 27th and then one from today. The one from the 27th reads as follows. The first shakeout in a bubble is the most brutal. Scared money don't make money. Hashtag Bitcoin. And you can see, here's what I just made it full screen, the chart he's sharing with you. Top is the 2013 chart. Bottom, the 2017 chart. And he's just citing, and you can see these levels that we're talking about here. My gosh, you're looking at Bitcoin back at $599 in 2013. For 2017, you're looking at Bitcoin at $2,024. Like, I would love $2,000. If I could will you sell me a $2,000 Bitcoin? I will buy your entire inventory at $2,000. You just let me know if I can do that. That would be absolutely fantastic. So all these people, they flipped out then. People are flipping out now. But guess what? All those years passed, and crypto still exists. Duh. And then today he wrote the following. There is no need to be afraid. The market will do what it has always done. It will simply run it back turbo. Strong indication. You know what he means by that, right? It's going to rocket again. And so even if, listening to the blockchain backer, and I'm not going to lay out the technical analysis stuff, that's not what I do on this channel, but he laid out the technical reasons in his most recent video as to why he firmly believes that there is one last major final pump for Bitcoin, and then that will be the top of this market cycle. And he articulated beautifully why he believes that. And so one more pump that could bring Bitcoin to 80,000. He thinks maybe a higher, like 80. The highest I ever heard him say was $85,000. And maybe that would be. Whenever it happens, my gosh, you're like the fireworks are still going to, many of the fireworks after that happens. And so if that's what it is, fine. It could still be the case, though, that we're many months out from that. It's certainly possible, because I'm seeing from a lot of analysts that we're going to be doing a lot of sideways trading here, frankly. But either way, my God, I'm excited. Like, all these people flipping out, and I understand why. It makes you a normal human. It's not like you're weird if you're scared over this. It'd be kind of weird if you're not, like me. You'd be weird like Uncle Moon Lambo, right? But the market will do what it's always done. Like, I'm not counting on humans to stop behaving differently. I don't see reasons for them to behave differently. And as soon as I catch wind that they are behaving differently, then I'll start trying to figure out why. But I'm not even seeing that. They're pretty well behaving like they always have, which is a big part of what I've been counting on the whole time I've been invested in cryptocurrencies the last 3.5 years. I've been counting on stupid speculation and bubbles forming. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the volatility, not to be afraid of it. Without the volatility, I don't have interest. Why would I have interest? If you don't like volatility, well, then why are you in crypto? Because put your money in. If you could put your money in something that wouldn't move, what good is that doing you? That ain't going to make you more money if it has zero volatility. Volatility is our friends. It's the point of investing. Of course volatility matters. Of course volatility is our friends. People just easily get scared of it when it happens to be to the downside. We love it when it's to the upside. And that's why it's important to look at the trend. Is the crypto asset class getting bigger or smaller? 12 years worth of data says bigger. And then if fundamentals matter to you, and they do to me, and I think that's going to matter to the market more in the coming years, what about XRP functionally getting used for a number of different use cases, including the most well-known one, Ripple positioning XRP as a bridge currency? Business models exist that could not exist without that happening. Does this matter? I think yes, the markets don't care sufficiently today, but it's still going to increasingly matter as the markets mature and it becomes clear which coins deserve to be around because they're solving real-world problems. And so no, if you're one of the people that's feeling afraid, I hope that, even though, look, I'm never going to tell you to buy or sell or hold anything, I just don't offer financial advice, I do want to continue to try to help you to, remove the fear from your decision-making process, because I don't think that it needs to be here. I don't think it's going to help you. If you're feared in making important decisions with your money, do you think that sounds good? It's like, but just on top of that, like with where we are, there's so many good reasons to feel optimistic. That's why I keep articulating them on this channel. There's always new stuff popping up, and I'm having a good time here. I love tracking this stuff. There's a reason that running this YouTube channel is my most favoriteest hobby that I've ever had in my entire life. So you tell me what you think in the comments section below, because I do love hearing from you. When I don't hear from you, it hurts my feelings. I'm like, do they not like the Moon Lambo anymore? But I'll wrap up here. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.